I'm going to start this video like I tell a lot of my students who's videos for the first time. Just start. See where it goes. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to say, actually, here. I'll just say I was inspired to share a little bit about my life and journey and how things are impacting me up to this point. Like some of these other persons' testimonies, I've been hearing about 2022 and how it's or 2020 and 2021, 2022, as we're into the year, how it's impacting their lives and how they're feeling, what they've realized and understood. And if anybody is somewhat aware, there's a change going on in this world. And it's quite interesting to me because on some levels, it's almost looks like business as usual. People are just going around, just like in the Bible. There's a lot of predictions that appear to be coming about, like all the way up until the end. People will be buying and selling and doing this and doing that, just almost like normal. And a lot of people are doing that. They think, oh well, things are just normal. Oh yeah, there's a new normal and we're complying with it, and everything's going to be hunky dory. Oh yes, we're going to get over this. I mean, like in the mainstream media, they're, oh yeah, yes, this is going to, it'll go back to normal as soon as everybody gets their little injections and stuff like that. So anyway, there's this going on. Things are changing. The world is changing um, to a whole, looks like a whole other system, maybe of world government, one world government, Great Reset. This is all actually in mainstream news now coming out. And some people are fighting it, and some people are leaning towards compliance and just saying, well, it's just the new normal, just accept our leaders told us this. So you see that some fighting, or a lot of fighting, and unrest. People are restless and unrest. People that are just trying to comply and do what they're told. Wear their little masks and take shots and boosters and all that. And just go along with the program, whatever the government is telling them. Higher taxes, no problem. Uh, yeah, whatever needs to be done for the good of the whole. So anyway, there's this going on. The Marxist ideologies are coming, and it's just becoming a normal thing more and more. Um, so anyway, this is going on, and I'm doing my thing, and my thing is what I've been doing for many years is worshiping God, and so. But not in a particular religious way. To me, it's more scientific. Um, and personally, this is getting me through this whole thing, is the happiness I feel in this worship of God. And and so then on the other fronts, there's these Christians, and they're saying, well, it's got to be Jesus, man. That's got to be your God. Otherwise, it's no God. You know. And so then, it's like, unless you're a Christian, then you're not saved, and that's it. So, and then, or maybe people of other religions are thinking kind of a similar track um, with their religion. And so, anyway, I never went for that. That never made deep sense to me. Partial sense, but not, like this thing, sectarianism, God. So anyway, for my journey, I had spiritual experiences with faith in Jesus in the Bible. It was amazing. It changed my life, turned it in a whole new direction. It was a great healing I got from that. And then I made contact with the Vedas and this Indian spiritual master or teacher through his books. And he wrote these amazing books that clarified a lot of stuff in the Bible that I read and made more scientific sense of that there is a God, and that we can connect and commune with that supreme being. And so anyway, I got on that journey. That's a whole story in itself. And to make a long story short, cut to the chase and the essence, is that is helping me now, because now I've been able to feel a spiritual, truly, I feel, in my experience, subjective experience, a real relationship with a supreme being that I believe we're all connected to, and may be approaching in different ways, different religions. Just like now, I'm observing people are at this time are turning more to their God, whether it's Allah, whether it's a Hindu, Krishna, or Christian, um, Jesus Christ. And personally, I feel myself more intensified in that respect and more focused now. Yet I've been doing this for years of this kind of worship, and very intensely, at least regularly intensely, for many years now, and it's paying off now, because now I feel since this time of 2020 to 2022 now, the beginning of 2022, my relationship with this, my God, see, my personal relationship with God has increased and intensified, solidified, became more real than ever before. So, and the Vedas have actually so many interesting things about this, and made clear that this is one of the purposes of things like this happening. In the Vedas, they have historical examples of times like this, similar to this, and same kinds of things happen. It's like a very dark time. People are enslaved by these powerful forces. And so anyway, in the Vedas, they call it the modes of nature, mode of ignorance and passion. People are servants of that, very dark, it's a time of great deceptions. Okay, the Bible speaks of there'll be a time of great deception. Vedas also. People are deceived, and many comply with these dark forces and become their servants and executors, just like the police, they start to, and the armies, and they start to obey orders, and I'm just following orders. Well, they become as tyrannical as their leaders, as we've seen. Practically, not many of them are like that, unless they have some kind of a conscience, and then they end up opting out, or they get kicked out or fired. This kind of stuff. Yeah, so the Vedas are beautiful in the sense they explain these histories, and then when you have a basis of past histories and in their spiritual and material connection, and you see that ultimately God triumphs, or beyond good, God, which to me is beyond just good and bad, good and evil in this world, is something spiritual beyond all of that. That's my personal experience, actually. Yeah. So the Lord, the supreme being, triumphs in this, and in other words, there's some kind of potency and energy beyond this world that comes and intervenes. It's something like in the Avatar. It's kind of like that, where in the movie The Avatar, I think many people that might be listening have seen it. In the Avatar, there was this tree where all souls went back into, and that's very similar to the analogy of Lord Vishnu. All souls go back into Vishnu. So all, when they go back into the body of God. And so anyway, there was a time of crisis when there was a very evil forces, which were the humans, which were empowered with technology. All these guys had were bows and arrows, and these technocrats, the same kind of stuff now. They came with their weapons and all this, and they wanted to destroy all of the planet and exploit its resources, of course. That's kind of what humans do. Yeah, and then in the end, the goddess of the tree, which is like considered like God or Vishnu or Christ, comes back. See, there's this analogy, this a reoccurring theme. Okay? Comes back and empowers somebody, and then they saves the day. Yeah. So anyway, I feel that's kind of what's on course for what's going on now, and that to me can give hope to others. I mean, it does. Actually, where I'm at now, it doesn't matter per se what's going on, good or bad. Now it's just is, and it's as it as it is supposed to be. And what I can do, a lot of people say, well, what can you do? What are you doing for this? What can you do? And to me, the best thing, the best course to, you could either put all your energy in trying to fight what's going on, or just try to avoid it and run to the hills, like the Bible says. Just try to avoid it. Try to dodge its bullets, But pray, 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 or chant, chant, chant. Like here in the system of worship that I do and meditation on this transcendental Lord is meditating and chanting and worshiping in that way. To me, it's really wonderful. It was a gift from Lord Chaitanya, who was considered one like Jesus Christ is to Christians, like that, who came in India and gave a lot of this deep knowledge of spirit and how to connect and commune with spirit. And that has helped me so much and is helping me. And I like to share that. And actually, I am sharing it. That's sharing it all over the internet. We have a spiritual community. I mean, not a whole thousands of people coming, but, there's 30, 40, 50 people that are like what we do. And we get together and we chant the names of our God, and which is not like a speculation. It's not something unauthorized. It's a recognized Lord, recognized by those who are actually devotionally, spiritually awakened, and I respect them more than anyone, and that I would say in the world that doesn't have such a connection. So anyway, I respect them, and it's brought spiritual results in my life where I'm actually experiencing what they were promising in these teachings and in this book. And it's fabulous. It's wonderful. And my God, what a time it has come. And in the last 2 years, it's only increased. The experience of this communion and connection with a spiritual source, which I call my God, is Krishna and Lord Chaitanya. That's the one God that's, Christ, Krishna, Allah. It's the same God, but it's just a different manifestation of that Lord. A different, manifestation. And same Lord, same thing happens. If you connect with that Lord, you become spiritually empowered and you share a message with the world, and people react just like they did with Jesus or Krishna or Muhammad, probably. I haven't studied his Quran, so I don't know. Probably. But if they're all true prophets or representatives or what we call in the Vaishnava line, spiritual masters or acharyas, then the same thing happens. The Lord's energy is brought to this earth from the spiritual dimension of consciousness. And it purifies the planet, purifies the worshiper, purifies those who are worshiping with them, the congregation. Okay, so Lord Chaitanya, 550 years ago, came and explained this wonderful system of ecstatic worship, and that's the clincher. Your spiritual emotions are awakened by following this system, which is basically associating with people who have realized this ecstatic level of communion with their God. And if you're in this Hare Krishna or Krishna consciousness movement, if you're with that, this would help you realize the perfection of your worship to the level of ecstatic worship. which will you just raise above all the miseries of the world in your consciousness. The material world and all these going ons does not have any jurisdiction with your spiritually awakened consciousness. And you'll feel it. You feel you're risen above all of these miseries that most people are feeling really, impinging on them. And they don't have this shelter, but you do. And a magnanimous person wants to share that. That's why I teach and share and all of this. Plus, I have the blessing and instructions of this Param, we call Parampara system. I got that backing, to disseminate this at this time. Really wonderful because it gives people, it raises their consciousness above this material suffering in this world, just by chanting, just by associating with liberated persons that are liberated in this chanting. Yeah. So anyway, that's a little my story, and it's like the question is for those who are waking up, what can we do? Well, you can fight this, and many people are. You can fight it, and you can go out there and try to overturn it. Or you can comply with it and try to get shelter by complying and taking your shots and boosters and wearing your mask, and so you can't breathe properly. Yeah, you can do that. Or you can, maybe they give you a position if you switch sides and help them in their new world order. You can do this. Or you can associate with liberated persons who are their souls are awakened. See, and they're communing with this source people call God. And all its happiness in this connection and communion. And change the world like that. Change the vibration of the world. Eliminate fear. If there are enough people that are communing with the Lord, and a lot of people are turning to the Lord, and that's why God actually comes. God, the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Being, the Supreme Consciousness, comes here or empowers somebody here to change things, to right the wrongs of the world. In other words, to help the world become progressive in its march in knowing, like Jesus Christ said. You shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Okay? Well, I'm set free in this truth, in this experience of the Lord, and I want to share that with people. Maybe that's why I'm sharing this message. I don't know. I just turned the camera on. Wanted to give a little witness testimony. This is my witness. I ain't anything special. What I have in my life, in my heart awakened, is very special, very wonderful, and getting more wonderful all the time. So every day we do on Facebook Live, we have our meetings. If anybody's interested, turn on live camera, Facebook Live. Name on the thing is called Srila Gaura Hari Das. It's Lord Chaitanya's Amazing Grace Place on Facebook Live on YouTube if you're not on Facebook. Yeah. So thank you very much, and so I hope you're doing all right during these times, and if not, if you need some help, come meet some nice new spiritual enlivened people in this Sangha here. Thank you very much. Wow, that was really good. This guy was speaking pretty nice. Pretty amazing. Yeah, what's his name again? I just did that just before this video, and I just streamed it live. Said I could do it, so I did it. Yeah. So that was just a little. I've been hearing testimonies this morning. People, the new world. This is so. So anyway, what do we got here? LKSD again. KSD, you need a camera, man. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Get yourself a camera, and it'll work. Hey, Sim, welcome. Thank you for coming. And Govinda Das. All right. So, yeah, we'll end it for a little while now. Boy, 11 people here. Maybe we should keep it going, huh? You want to do a little chanting? Yeah, do a little chanting here. Yeah. I'll sing a song. Hey, man, that's a concept. I'll sing a song.
Bluetooth connected.
Yeah. Yeah, doesn't that make sense? Really, people, I mean, this is a lot of stuff going on, and this is like the churning of the ocean of milk, with the milk ocean was being churned by the light and the dark, the evil against the good. And so anyway, there's this churning going, the evil against the good and fighting, and they're all, both sides are enlivened about it. If you notice, they're really, oh yeah, let's fight this, and make it's a big show. I mean, this is what they were living for, all of them, the good against the bad and the bad against the good. They were born for this, but this is the other way. I mean, and some of them, like the good people, they do a little bit, they think they pray to their God. It's so funny. Everybody's doing basically the same thing in different ways. So the good people, the honest, moral, they want to be moral and honest people. They pray to the Lord, the God of gods, And then you got the demons, and it's well known. I mean, I'm not saying anything that's if anybody with a bit of a brain and intelligence doesn't know. I mean, they're worshiping Lucifer. Yeah, the Rothschilds, I heard they even set a place for Lucifer to come and sit and eat with them and dine with them. See, they worship a God too. Matter of fact, they think if you don't believe in God, you're stupid. Yeah, because I heard it said, the Rothschilds guy said, if people thought, if they knew that if we didn't get the power from our worship of Lucifer on the other side, we wouldn't be able to do this. They were inspired by their God. See, so that's God in another form. I mean, it's a very dark form. I just never relate. See, that's why the good people, the good on the good side, they don't relate to it. They want to worship a higher God. That's more pure, more moral, more regulated. Not so wanton, just do anything you want, do as you wish. See, the other, they want to worship the God, and the Lord appears in that form. To worship God, they can do anything they want, See, so a lot of people may not believe me, but the Vedas talk about this. The Vedas say that everything is under the Lord's control, even the darkness, And so it's just a very dark manifestation of the Lord. And that's actually why the transcendental Lord comes here. And he wants to help everybody. He wants to help even the ones that are serving Lucifer. There's stories, people change sides, in the Vedas, in the Bible. Now, people, they say, oh, I'm tired of worshiping Lucifer. It doesn't give a very good deal. Let me worship Jesus Christ or something. Better deal. Because you get a better deal. Yet you really ultimately need to have a very intimate, ecstatic connection with the Lord to worship at that level. Yeah, and that's kind of what we're promoting here, is the worshiping in intimacy and ecstasy with the true Lord, the eternal. True Lord being the eternal Lord. The false Lord is still the Lord, but he's in a material manifestation of darkness. He comes and goes. You see, and everything you do when you worship that dark Lord is it is inherent in destruction of your life and existence, and so then you die, and then you're attached to this existence, and then another one is provided for you by the dark Lord. See, because that's your God, is the Maya, Mahamaya, illusory potency. I mean, she's actually realizes her position. She's a liberated soul. That's represented by Shiva. Sorry, I'm talking so much, but you know how it goes. Represented by Lord Shiva, actually. See, so this is all. That's why I like the Vedas. They get a very extensive understanding of how the Supreme Lord acts in this world and in other worlds. You know, how he acts in our world, how he's relating to all living entities. To me, it's very fascinating, interesting. He'll send. Come to Utah, the beehive state. Singing, my friend. Yeah. Yeah. I'll sing in due course. Yeah. When I'm ready. Yeah. So that's that's called transcendental knowledge. The knowledge of Bhagavatam, the highest truth, is spiritual reality distinguished from the illusion. The illusion is temporary reality. It's all God in that sense. It's all God's energy. We cannot get away from God's energy. He's just got this dark energy, the dark force, and then he's got the mode of goodness force. See, the good and the bad. And then he's got a transcendental force. They call this personal special potency of the Lord. That's what we're into here. You want to learn about that, anybody? Come here. That's the gravy train, man. You want to come and you want to taste that nectar of the spiritual energy of God, that Lord of Lords, King of Kings, God of gods. Well, that's what it's all about here. Sing. Okay. Yeah. So that's really the gist of it. One thing I like too is this detachment that has come by understanding these very deep secrets, by a combination of chanting and communing with God, and then studying from the spiritual awakening perspective, to where it feels like God is literally helping you understand these things. It's amazing. And that's where the real peace is. Real peace is in realization what's going on. People that are not peaceful, they think this is something that is not supposed to be. Like we got to fight it. It's not supposed to be like this. Or the people that are empowered to do this are thinking, we got to stop those who are fighting against it. So they like this, which is part of nature. It's part of, that's their role in this world. Whoever's role is to be like this, to be more in prayer, more in communion with the spiritual Lord, and to feel that happiness and teach that vibration, teach that understanding, that knowledge beyond. This is knowledge beyond good and evil. This is on the level of ecstatic bliss and ecstasy and rapture, that knowledge, that kind of knowledge. This is the kind of knowledge most people don't know. This kind of knowledge is not understood clearly in religion. It's not in Christianity, not clear in Muslims, and also Vaishnavas don't clearly. Very rare. Yeah. So let's see here. Maybe that was a song, because I think maybe that's enough. I'm going to stop talking for a while. Take a nap. Yeah. So that's the gist of it. I mean, even if you're a fighter or a complier, whatever, if you just come and enjoy this association, give a little time to this meditation on what is really transcendental, get a good taste for it. It'll get you through. It'll give you peace and a rest of your soul. This is soul food. It'll awaken you, give you a clearer sense of reality. Oh, I mean, it's just if people just give this a little time. Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, amazing. Yeah, amazing time. It's amazing time. Realize clear butter. Yeah, yeah. What did Sim say? Liberation through love for God. Exactly. Liberation through love for God. Devotion to Krishna. Lord Chaitanya taught that. And when you get a taste for that, you realize, yeah, man, this is liberating. This is so freeing to just in loving relationships, loving exchanges, and this is the essence of truth. The essence of what Jesus came to bring is this loving relationship between our awakened soul and the Lord and the Christ and the Krishna. See, it's the same God. It's transcendental. It's spiritual. Same attributes are in that worship. It's always ecstatic. It's always very holy. It's the most holy thing you've ever experienced in this world. There's nothing like it. It is par excellence. See, that kind of stuff. It's hard to leave. What can I say? Yeah. Okay, my friend. It's kind of like when Mother Yashoda. It's kind of like Mother Yashoda. Krishna said, "Okay, I'll see you later, Mom. I'm going on to the play with the cowherd boys." And Mother Yashoda didn't want to leave, and she says, "Well, let's see. Let me straighten your tie, man. Let me see. Is your tie a little crooked?" Ooh. And he says, "Okay, Mom, I'm going." "Oh, well, wait a second. I don't think we got everything straight here. Look, can we adjust your shirt a little bit? Your yellow dhoti or whatever she's got." And then he said, "Well, Mom, I gotta go, man." "Well, let me see. I don't think we're finished with you yet." All right. It's time to go. I'll see you guys in a little bit, man. Not too long. It won't be too long, I don't think. This is too good, man. We got to take advantage of a good crisis, just like Nancy says. Nancy, you're right about that. We need to take advantage of a good crisis. Right? Yes, right, Charles Schwab. Yes, you're right. You guys are so right on par. Take advantage of a good crisis, man, to bring the eternal Lord to even you. Hey, man, you worshiping that Lucifer. What are you worshiping that Lucifer for, man? He gives you a bad deal. He lies to liars. Yeah, and you ain't gonna live eternally that way. You got to come to our God. Lucifer's guy. Actually, Lucifer is just keeping a big secret from you. You come over here, I'll tell Charles Schwab things that he can't even buy with his money. You can't buy these secrets, my friend. Hey, Bill Gates, man, I'll tell you, come, let me inject you with Krishna Prem, man. Come here, man. Let's inject Bill Gates with Krishna Prem. Yeah. And Fauci, too, his sidekick. They're a team. Come here, get this Krishna Prem and be happy. And then you'll live and let live instead of they live and we die or become slaves or imbeciles or cripples. You ever see these people after this? A lot of them are. Hey, come here. You also go like this. Krishna, wow, this is so awesome. You also shake, but there's no what do you call bad symptoms with this. This is a good symptom. start shaking for God, man. Oh man, this is fantastic. Yeah, you get that stuff, you might have a kind of a shake you're not going to like, man. Yeah. All right, I'll see you now. I think. Is there anything else we didn't cover? What else do we have to talk about? Am I forgetting something? I guess not. Shake is what Krishna's all about. Do the hoochie goochie. Come here, you'll do the hoochie goochie. Ah, there we go. That's what I was saying. I wanted to remember that. Do the hoochie. Come here and you'll do the hoochie goochie. You'll chant Hare Krishna, man. You go hoochie goochie, hoochie, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. It's like a spiritual orgasm. It's fantastic, man. No weakness from no material weakness from release that way. Just energize. This hoochie goochie stuff. Man. Oh, Krishna, oh my Lord, it's so wonderful. That's what life is all about. Do the hoochie goochie. Come here, chant Hare Krishna, you'll do the hoochie goochie. And that's what life is all about. Okay. So I think maybe I'll go. Although Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. Isn't that
Thanks for
amazing?
using.
Yeah, that's it, man. In a nutshell. And simply by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, especially in association with ecstatic devotees, man. Especially, it just speeds up the process. Why take many lifetimes, like Narayan Maharaj says? Let's do it in this lifetime. People are already done it. Okay. Hare Krishna. See you guys. I think that's it.